All right, let's get into some of the real big dangers of the online dating sites. Now, I know this is a hot phenomenon. Everybody wants to talk about online dating, who they met online. We got to honestly, you will see on a dating site all these very good looking women on profiles. Now, you got to understand that some of these profiles aren't really the women. And I understand, somebody put on 100 pounds since a photo or whatever. No, usually in a lot of cases you have men that are basically using these profiles of women to dupe guys into thinking this is a new person, just moved into town, whatever. They will say, I moved into town, here's my number, just hit me up, we ought to chill. And next thing you know it, you got somebody, you text that number, which you shouldn't have. Turns out to be a psycho once you sign up for sites. Now they start threatening, extorting. You have a lot of funny stuff out of dating sites. If you actually looked at the computers, if you were God and actually saw the computers and who was going there, you would never want to go to the dating site again. Because you know what? You see a lot of defectively dangerous people. And the top 10 people to avoid dating are nothing like some of these people in the dating sites. Now, you can have abusers in all levels. You can have men who abuse women and women who abuse men on these sites that project their insecurities. And it starts where they go for a site with aspirations. And the idea is that have to be this or that, or women have to be this or that. They find someone they like, and basically they exploit them. And they look see vulnerabilities in these people. They look for somebody with a lot of money. It tends to be this side where everybody on the dating site, if you actually talk to them and they come back to the site, they say, oh my God, I had a horror story. And it happens all the time because the dating site is the online phenomenon. What is this online phenomenon? It means you can make any picture, any image of yourself behind a computer, and then people sometimes sucker in thinking it's true. Like every guy in the sex chat room can say they got a 10-inch dick, and they can live in this image. Every girl in the sex chat room too can say they look like blonde hair, blue eyes, and super hot. Everybody in the dating site can be just like this, saying, oh, I'm a rich man with a lot of money and a good job and all this stuff, when he's a worthless sack of shit looking to plunder somebody's life. And then you have a woman with kids that's looking for a guy with a lot of money to use them. Or you basically have somebody who is not a very nice person, who is obviously, they don't have friends to hang out with that they meet people through, because they are not dating material for other people. And so then they go behind the computer, putting on these images, trying to live behind an image and a front. And now in the dating sites, these fronts can be very dangerous, because you can think somebody seems like this super nice, caring person until you engage them in your life and they turn out to be a psycho. And they turn out to be somebody, sorry you ever went there. You shouldn't have ever gotten these people involved in your life, because a dating site can have a psycho that will not take no for an answer, will not treat you with respect. If you let the psycho in your life, it's like the movie The Zookeeper, where this woman basically dumped him for this piece of shit she met behind the computer because he was a zookeeper. But she dumps him for this dipshit that's basically projecting his insecurities on the other guy. And he's kind of the unbalanced internet type of person who basically has no life of his own. He's absolutely like the screwball behind the computer that's the online troll bordering psycho. And this is what you can see a lot in dating sites, where you can see, this person on one side is basically a very bored person who wants to make friends. This other person, on the other hand, is a psycho who's looking to use somebody. This other person over here is a princessy little bitch from hell that uses people. On the other hand, you get this one that's a zombie that uses men for sex. And here's another one that's a zombie that feasts for human money and wants to look for a guy with a lot of money. This other one's a zombie who uses men for sex. So there's a lot of evil on these sites, because you have people that truly are looking to exploit other people with lies on a site. And this is where you can have some vicious men on dating sites that are like psychopaths. And you don't want to engage them, because they will see what you got, they'll see what's in it for them, and they start preying on other people. And so the online system has given a green light to all these psychos, because you got to remember, a lot of the forensics people in the past that got in the news, they would have thrived with the internet, because all the serial killers of the 80s and 70s and that rehabilitation era could have absolutely exploited a dating site to do a lot more than they have done. And this is what you got to understand. And the dating site is a good dupe, because you can have somebody that talks to you in the dating site like they're your friend. And once you get that number, if you engage it and it turns out to be an extortionist or a telemarketer or a psychopath, then you're in trouble. if they start to know where you are and who you are. Because you can have some people on these sites, you don't really know them. And behind the computer, people can put on anything they want you to know. And a guy could say that he is a rich businessman with a career really taking off and pretend to be super respectful to a woman until she meets him face to face, dates this person, and realizes what a piece of shit he is because they can't get him out of the picture and they can't get rid of him. He's going to be like hovering in that picture, dangerous to anybody she's around. And they're going to realize that, you get in a situation behind a computer with somebody, you are really having your fingers crossed that it's actual person or it's actually who they say. Because in some cases, anything too good to be true in a dating site is. If you find a woman that is a knockout in the profile, what would a knockout be doing on a dating site like that if they love to go to clubs and stuff? It's somebody else looking to use somebody. So, hope this review helped.